Hey guys, it's the Large Marge Sennis podcast, the podcast where two sweeties talk about movies that shaped their childhood. I'm Sweetie.
And I'm Sweetie.
And today we're covering Uncle Buck.
Do you know why we're covering this movie, Sweetie?
Yeah, because you told me this week that it was John Candy's birthday.
Well, on Halloween. So we missed it by 2 days, but I thought it was a nice little tribute.
Let's sing a go round.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear John Candy.
We love your movies.
Candies.
Happy birthday to you. And many more.
How old are you now? Just
He's
kidding, you're dead.
Why'd you say that?
How old was John Candy when he died?
I don't know.
Trivia fact. I don't know.
Oh, you know everything. It's a
Pretty
shocking thing.
Yeah. So, John Candy, star of this terrific John Hughes written and directed classic from the wonderful year of 1989. So many movies were made in 1989.
It was a great time to be alive.
I don't know if this was our year of movie. What do you call it?
They're gonna be like, that was our year.
No,
this is our year.
Because we've seen so many movies that were made in 1989 and that are real classics to us. Well, I mean, I just go through my notes. Teen Witch, 1989.
Oh my god.
Not Casper, not Mr. Bookity. Not Hocus Pocus.
I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm on the edge of my seat here.
Not The Worst Witch. Shit. Not The Monster Squad. Not The Witches.
It's a Fred Savage one. I think it's
The Wizard.
Okay, there we go. We found it.
And Little Monsters. See, it was like a bunch.
Okay. All right. Glad we settled that.
Yeah. Anyway, so Uncle Buck, made in 1989.
Starring John Candy.
Starring Macaulay Culkin.
Tiny.
Starring
Gabby Hoffman.
Also starring
Tiny.
That woman in Field of Dreams.
Red hair.
Yep.
What's her name? Shanice Kowalski.
Kowalski Tires.
And some other people I don't know.
Yeah, some
good stuff.
Some good 80s people. Also starring a suburb of Chicago. Real big in John Hughes movies. Chicago. He loves it. He's from there. Yeah.
I don't know if he just he picked a random place.
No. He fucking loves Chicago and loves those suburban streets filled with large white houses. Want to just jump right into it?
Okay,
we jump right into it. Sweet synopsis. Yeah,
that's what it is. The Russell family, Cindy Russell, her husband, her 3 children, have moved recently to the suburbs of Chicago.
Where they lived before?
I believe in Indianapolis. Things aren't going
Missouri. Wait,
too great. Indianapolis is in Indiana.
Ah, that's so right. Easy to remember. Is it? Is that the one that's weird?
No.
Is there one that's Kansas City is not in Kansas or something?
Yes, that's Missouri. Yep. But this totally
I knew there was a tricky one.
Not even close. Anyways, where was I? Yes, the Russell family, they're not having such an easy time. The eldest daughter, Tia, is a real bitch. She's going through some things. She's 15 years old. She's wearing a lot of makeup. She's wearing sassy clothes. She's angry. She's in that angry stage where everything is a problem.
Yeah, bitchy older sister.
Bitchy McBitchster. Then the 2 small kids are fine. They're kids, whatever. So, middle of the night, phone rings. Bad news. It's always bad news.
What happened?
Whatever. Oh, what happened is that Cindy's father had a heart attack.
Oh, poor Cindy. Poor Grandpa. Poor Pops.
Maybe if she had a better haircut, her dad wouldn't have had a heart attack.
That dress is not easy on the eyes.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're beautiful on the inside.
She has a mom mullet. Yeah. It's not great. It's not the best. It's not the best.
Mom mullets.
Anywho.
So the parents are in a bind. We got to go back to Indianapolis. We got to be with my sick dad, who's going to watch the kids? Neighbors away in Florida.
Shit.
Weird next door neighbor, single lady. Don't trust them and the kids with them.
No way.
Who's left?
Uncle Buck.
What about my brother? Bob Russell has a brother, Buck Russell, who is a gambler, who is single, who has no kids,
He's
who
not single.
smokes
He's
cigars.
with
Well,
Shanice.
not married, let's say.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Cindy, mom, doesn't like him, hates him. Can't leave, he's not responsible, but he's the only person really can watch them. Calls Buck up in the middle of the night. Great scene. Doesn't remember who his brother is for a second.
Who does in the middle of the night, risen from a slumber?
And he can do it. Hey, I'm free. He doesn't actually have a job. He subsists on betting on horse races to have an income, which is creative and pretty cool. And you must be really good at it. But then you later find out he only does fixed horse races. So, yeah,
it's not allowed.
So Uncle Buck comes through for them, shows up in the middle of the night to take care of the kids.
Morning comes. The kids are like, "Who dat?
Who dat?
Who dat?
New phone. Who dis?"
The little kids have never met Uncle Buck, even though he only lives in Chicago. But they lived in Indianapolis before this. It was a recent move to suburbs of Chicago.
Still, I mean, you're 6 and 7 years old. You've never met your aunt and uncle. It's fucked up.
Yeah. So, but Tia met him when she was little, but she hates him immediately because he's crazy and he's cooking breakfast. She makes a point of being very mean to him. The kids meet him. They think he's pretty cool, I think. I'm blanking. What's next?
So then the movie kind of just trots along with the main part being him sort of learning how to take care of kids. He's really good with kids, but he really butts heads with Tia, who has this boyfriend, or quote-unquote boyfriend. Basically, this guy who just wants to get in her pants. And she's 15 and doesn't know it yet. And she's like, this guy likes me. First of all, clue number 1, his name is Bug.
Clue number 2, he wears a beret.
Don't trust men in berets, whatever you do. Uncle Buck realizes this immediately and basically tries to keep her away from Bug and kind of grounds her a lot, let's say. And she gets pissed. I mean, she's pissed already, and now she's like, my parents are out of town, sweet. Now I'm just going to get to, make out with my boyfriend all the time and, never be home. Uncle Buck's not going to let it happen.
Nope. Turns out he was right. He does basically try to rape her later at a party.
Yep.
Uncle Buck saves her, brings her home. They're cool now because he saved her from Rapey McRapester. So everything, all is well. Buck, sort of a side plot, has been with I can never remember it. I always want to say Shania. It's never right. Shanice Kobylowski, he's been with for 8 years. He's been stringing her along. She wants to move on and get married, have kids. He's kind of like, I like my life the way it is, blah, blah, blah. So this also, in addition to fixing that relationship with Tia, brings Buck and Shanice closer together. So that's great also. But then the real kicker is that the parents return and the mom, Cindy, Mom Mullet, makes up with Tia.
Right.
And it's a heartwarming moment. They hug. Tia says, I love you. It's great. Right. And then everyone loves Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck loves everybody. It's great. It's a happy ending.
Hatched up the family.
Yep.
And he realized, you know what? I'm going to get a fucking job. I'm not going to, bet on horses anymore. I want to start a family with Shanice. Having a family is cool. I want to do this. Mm-hmm. So really, everybody wins.
Freeze frame, smile. That's how it ends.
Yeah.
Legit.
Adorable movie.
It's legitimately how it ends with a freeze frame. Yeah. So it's pretty great.
So good.
Pretty great. Yeah. Wow. I think that was our fastest synopsis that ever has happened.
It's
not plot heavy.
Yeah, it's not plot heavy because he's just there, and all these incidents happen, which we're going to bring up in a couple minutes because we'll talk about our favorite parts, which are all these funny parts. But it's heartwarming. It's John Hughes. It's just a lovely, funny film. And John Candy is a national treasure. I was never more sad when I heard he died on the set of that Wagons Westward movie or whatever. That was a movie he died on the set in. Yeah.
Wow.
Wagons Westward Ho. Wagons Ho.
Shit.
Yeah. So fucking sad. I love every single John Candy movie. So good. You ever watched the Who's Harry Crumb one? That one is wild.
No.
What? Oh my god, so weird. All right. I would like to start off by saying I, sweetie, saw this movie in the movie theater.
Oh, yeah. Oh, at like a birthday party?
I was sorry about this. Okay. So in 1989, I saw this movie. This was my, wasn't the first movie I saw in a movie theater, but this girl, Megan Vanover, in my first grade class, invited us to her birthday party, and we saw this movie, and then we had a sleepover at her house afterwards, where she proceeded to beat her cousin with a yardstick. And then I called my mom and said I wanted to come home.
Oh, what the fuck?
And then the next day or next week, she comes into class with this like sweatshirt with all these holes in it. So, okay, rewind. My mom did not come pick me up. She's like, I'm not coming to pick you up, blah, blah, blah. So I just stayed there. So I slept over and I like slept on the ground in a sleeping bag. The next week, she comes in with her sweatshirt with all these holes chewed in them. And I'm like, what happened to your sweatshirt, Megan? And she's like, oh, we have rats in my house. And I had slept on the ground.
I don't think that's what really happened, though.
No, I think she was a liar and fucked up. And then a couple weeks later, she moved to Hawaii and we never saw her again.
Okay, I was going to ask, where is this girl now? Can you please
Megan Vanover, if you're out there.
Look her up on Facebook.
What happened to you? Is your cousin okay?
This is the craziest shit I've ever heard.
No.
Wow.
But anyway, so.
Weird movie to see, though, at a birthday party. And
when you are 6 years old?
Yeah.
Too advanced for us.
Yeah.
It's so sexual at the end. Oh, my God. And, like, I didn't even really know what was happening. I'm like that was basically, like, assault that happens at the end.
Sure.
Like, near rape. And it was just, wow. And I was, like, very traumatized by that movie. And also was like, is this what happens when you get older? You go to these, like, parties in the woods where, like, kids are, like, around these big fires in these stone houses? It was weird.
It was a weird scene in the early 90s,
so
for sure.
I always will remember this movie because I saw it in the movie theater and I was way too young to be seeing it.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that with us. I feel honored that you felt comfortable enough to share us that story. Personal question, was it actually... Was it actually you she beat with the yardstick and you're
No, it was a cousin.
All right, just checking. Just want to make sure.
They had a complicated relationship.
I just want to make sure you know this is a safe place.
So weird. I cannot even remember what that girl looks like. I could not tell you. I have no idea. She was in school for just like 1 year.
Just the weirdest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Lagin Vanover.
Holy crap. Wow. Okay, good place to start. Also, this was one of our family favorite movies. We loved it as a family. Whenever it was on TV, we probably always watched it. Our dad loved this movie. He had a favorite part, which we'll talk about. But yeah, super sweetie.
Such a
surprise movie. Yeah, we love it. So, I guess we can start with favorite parts. Is that too soon? Is this too soon? Okay. My favorite part is when Uncle Buck makes the giant pancakes for Macaulay Culkin's character on his birthday, Miles, on his birthday. So Miles comes down. Uncle Buck is making the biggest pancake in the entire world. He got like a giant, what'd you say? It looked like
so it looked like he found like some big sheet metal, like, I don't know, aluminum siding almost kind of thing. And put it over the stove. So, I mean, you can get a griddle thing that does that, basically, but doesn't cover, like, the whole stove and, like, overlaps it. So, and then he just put all the burners on and, like, used that as a giant griddle and made this giant pancake. But not one, like a stack of them.
Stack. And he's flipping it over with a snow shovel. It's so big. I love that. And then the best part is there's a giant pat of butter on top. Oh, I love it.
I remember when he goes, you should see the toast. I couldn't even get it through the door. How did he get the bread to be that big?
That was a joke.
Oh, damn. See? I was too young to see this movie because I believed everything in it.
You still believed it, so...
See?
It's not...
It stuck with me.
It's not an indication.
I'm like, did he have a huge toaster? These like giant slots?
You had a couple of confused moments during this.
Hey, this is what this podcast is about. Rewatching these movies. And
I love that you still...
shit, I was so wrong.
I love that you still think these things, though.
There's a tiny bit of me that still has a bit of naivete, if you will.
Wow. That's lovely.
Yeah.
That's lovely. What's your favorite part?
My favorite part is when he goes to the school. So he's there. I guess the timeline is he's only there for a week, So in that time, the mom there's a birthday party for Miles. There's a conference, a parent-teacher conference that he has to go to. Like, the guy has fucking a lot of responsibilities for being, like, just being dropped off and been like, hey, like, no notes of explanation.
It might be longer than a week, though, because he's doing a lot of laundry.
Yeah.
I feel like, because remember Marcy's like, when my father had a heart attack, I was gone 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So it could be longer. Right. I think 1 week was the initial estimate. And remember, originally the mom thought they would be back in time for Miles' birthday. Right. So
okay. So yeah, so there's a parent-teacher conference that was scheduled for Maisie, which is a little girl. So he has to go. So he goes, and he's, like, in the school, and obviously, like, he's smoking a cigar, so he's, like, has to let the smoke out in the bathroom. He tries to pee, and there's only these, like, tiny little baby boy urinals, so he, like, has to, like, wedge his fat body in there. And then meets the teacher. So the teacher is this, like, hilarious woman who takes her job, like, way too seriously.
I think she was in the Navy. There's Navy stuff
Her name's, like, Miss Hornbloth or something.
Bitch.
So she's like, your niece is a dreamer, a flibberty-gibbet, a something. She uses all these, like, funny names and basically talking about her like she's a college student and needs to, like, focus on her education. And Uncle Buck's like, what the fuck? She's 6. Like, lady, like, lay off. She can dream as much as she wants. So he basically, like, gives her, like, a beat down verbally. And the best part is he stands up. And so the beginning, he comes in and she has this really gross, big brown mole on her chin that kind of, like, stick out from your face, like, 2 inches.
And they're, like, hairy a little bit.
And there's a hair coming out of it. And he, like, can't stop looking at it. In the beginning, he makes all these jokes about, like, hey, I'm Buck Melanoma. And, like, I'm Maisie's wart. I mean, uncle, like, what's that funny thing? Anyway, so at the end, he goes, and this is my dad's favorite part. He stands up after, like, just giving her all this shit. And he goes, and here's a quarter. I want you to go downtown and have a rat nibble that thing off your face.
Was the idea that you would pay the rat, so the rat would use the quarter presumably towards what?
I don't know.
Do rats have rat wallets? I'm just confused.
Andre, don't think about delivery. You're so naive. Like, why did you think that?
Or is there a slippery guy in the alley that, like, makes a living chewing, like, paint, like, he's the rat wrangler?
Don't overthink it. You're nuts and crazy. I love you still, but you're crazy.
It's funny.
I love that part, though. It's
great.
Really clever.
So many good lines. Yeah. That's one of the best. That was our dad's favorite line.
Yep.
For sure. He loved it.
I love the part where the clown comes. And so, Miles' birthday party, and he's like, hey, he's like, there's these, like, 4 little boys at this birthday party. There's, like, no one at the birthday party. And he's like, announcement, the clown's gonna be a little late. What clown? Miles' mom ordered a clown. And the kids are like, clowns are stupid. They make me want to barf.
No, clowns are so boring. They make me want to puke.
Yeah. So the clown comes and he shows up in this little mouse, like, VW bug, and he's all dressed up, but he's wasted. He was at an all-night bachelorette party. Pooter the clown. Pooter the clown. So Buck is like, have you been drinking? Like, you're going to be, like, entertaining kids. What are you doing? And so he punches him in the face. It's really good.
Then he goes, get in your mouse and get out of here.
And, little known fact, that clown is the guy, now I can't remember what his name is, but the guy in Dumb and Dumber who has the ulcer. And
the gas man.
The gas man. And he's, like, a character actor. He's always, like, a mob guy.
He's probably in He's probably in Goodfellas.
Yeah. So
just a guess.
But that part's hilarious. I love it. What about Toothpick Guy Pal?
Pal.
Let's talk about Pal.
Okay, so they're at the bowling alley. Tia doesn't want to go, obviously, because she doesn't want to do anything. She's sitting by her lonesome while the kids and Uncle Buck are bowling. This nasty guy comes up to her. He has a black eye and then a cut, like, above his lip. So he's obviously no good. Yeah, it's so gross. And he's got a toothpick, and he's like turning it around in his mouth with his tongue. And then he, like, hits on her and says creepy things to her, but then the toothpick gets stuck in, like, on the roof, like, in between the roof of his mouth and the bottom. And he makes this, like, terrible, that part always grosses me out.
He's making so many, I mean, he's basically sexually harassing her. and just so creepy. And like again, I saw this when I was 6 years old, and I was like, "What's that guy talking about?" It's like, "Oh, I've got a Are you into all-terrain vehicles? I got a brand new Bronco outside, red."
In this movie, Adventures in Babysitting really taught me that Chicago is not a safe place.
No.
Never go to the bus station. Never go to
a safe place.
Bowling alley.
Still.
What? It's fine. Just
You ever
don't.
been there?
I know that it's fine now. It's like, that's an old.
No, there's still
that's
really
an
bad
old
neighborhoods.
wives' tale. There's some bad neighborhoods everywhere.
Of course, but it's still like a rough town. Anyways, that part is creeper. Poor Tia.
So quick question about bowling. So Buck has his own little his ball that says Uncle Buck.
Buck Russell, I think.
It says Buck Russell. You're right. It wouldn't say Uncle Buck because he's just not always an uncle. But my question is, so if you have your own bowling ball, do you need two or is it just one?
No.
It's one.
Have you ever played big ball bowling?
Yeah, but like you have two shots basically to knock the pins down, right? Or three. Whatever.
No. It's two for big ball bowling.
Okay.
Candle pins, 3.
But he only had one ball. So you throw it down. You have to wait until the ball comes back to do it again if you want to use your special ball.
Well, maybe you don't have to use your special ball every time.
He was using it every time.
Yeah.
I think it was a mishap. What's that called? A goof.
Yeah.
Because he already had the ball back for the second one all of a sudden. And that's why I was like, wait, does he have two balls?
Have room for two balls in it? I don't know.
Do you need to get two balls?
I
feel
only
like that's
have
a lot
recently
of
have
balls.
done big ball bowling like this year.
I think it's just called regular bowling.
Well, when you grow up on candlepin bowling, you call it big ball bowling. I know.
Get one.
Newsflash: I'm not good at it.
Really?
The balls are too heavy.
Oh yeah, they're so heavy. I can't.
My boyfriend kills me every time we play, and I'm like, I'm gonna beat you, and I never do. It's very sad.
I'm sorry.
Someday we'll get good at it.
Second question, totally unrelated, but I just need to know the answer to this. If you're on a bus and you're sitting next to someone who's a little uncomfortable, and then a bunch of people get off the bus and there's room for you to get your own seat, do you move or do you feel bad for the person that they'll think that you moved because they're smelly or something?
Does that have to do with the movie?
No, I'm just... this happened to me yesterday, and it was like a traumatic because I was sitting next to this guy. He was a little big, so I didn't have a ton of room. But I didn't want to get up and leave.
I never do because I think people are going to feel bad.
Right? But then I felt like, but then
people do that to me all the time, and I think, am I smelly?
And then, but then he moves and like he's in the window. And no one's in front of us, and he like puts his arms over the seat, like he needs more room to like to do his iPhone or something. So I'm thinking, he must be uncomfortable. Maybe I should move. So then I was like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? So then I just moved, but then I think he felt bad.
Well, my new rule about public transportation: don't think about anybody else but yourself, because you're probably never going to see that person again. So it's okay. But I feel your pain.
Okay, all right. I'm glad we cleared that up.
Whew.
Okay. But so my favorite part, like blanket favorite part of this movie, is the two little kids, Miles and Maisie, are hilarious. Gabby Hoffman
and grew up to be very famous, accomplished. Well,
not Macaulay. I don't know where he is. I think he had some issues after the Michael Jackson stuff,
but had a long career after this movie.
Yep. And Gabby Hoffman certainly. She took a little break, but she got back into acting.
Still going.
She's very big now.
If you guys haven't seen Transparent, she's so good in that.
So good.
Love it.
But they're so funny in this. They have the funniest lines. Miles, I quote most of what Miles says on a daily basis. I realized when I was watching this tonight, and I was like, I use that a lot. Yeah. So
definitely, they are the comic. So well, I mean, John Candy is obviously hilarious in this, but they are almost like the comic relief part 2.
Yeah. So amazing.
So good. I'd like to give a shout out to the soundtrack of this movie.
Good soundtrack.
Excellent. First of all, tons of great oldies.
Like Tweedle, Tweedledee.
Give your love to me. And other ones I can't name, but really good.
Sandman.
Mr. Sandman.
Yes. Give me a dream.
Give him a path. What else is that? That song is also in. Name that movie.
Is it another John Hughes movie?
No.
Back to the Future?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute.
You knew it. So, not only like oldies like those oldies, but some amazing, let's say, rap songs.
Wild Thing. Doom, 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 doom. Wild Thing. Dun, dun, dun,
Is that the tune of that? I think you're thinking of the Wild Thing, the rock song. You Make My Heart Sing, but it's Tone Loc.
Yeah.
She wants to do the wild thing.
It's the same general tune.
Is
It's
it?
just like slow down a little
And then
bit.
the other one, when they're at the big party at the end, Bust a Move.
Don't just stand there, bust a move.
You got it. You
Run to the party, go no no.
Just bust a move. Yeah, so really good. Whoever put this soundtrack together, amazing.
Tops, A+.
Yeah, so good.
Wait, did you say in the beginning that Adventures in Babysitting was one of the movies when you were like John Hughes, Chicago?
John Hughes
right?
didn't do.
Yeah, okay.
That's
I know. But I thought that you had mentioned that. And I was like, wait, that's wrong. Good thing we cleared that up.
Yeah.
Great soundtrack.
Couple other good little cameos, let's say.
Oh.
Laurie Metcalf from Roseanne is
Crazy Marcy.
Crazy slutty neighbor who is like out of her mind. This like weird scene where she comes in and meets him for the first time, and she's like, "I'm Marcy Dickinson Frost. Dickinson is my maiden name. Frost is my married name. I'm single now, but I never lost the frost."
Everyone loves the hyphen. Or like everyone
I get compliments on the hyphen.
He's like,
I'm sure you do.
I love
Rain check.
the other she's so weird. Like, why is she nuts?
Yeah.
Do the other cameo.
Anna Schlumsky?
Who knows?
She would later be paired with
Oh
Macaulay
my
Culkin
God!
and My Girl.
My mind is blown.
So she's in like the classroom.
Wait,
with Maisie.
wasn't this? No, this was before.
Yeah.
He seems so much younger in My Girl, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he was definitely older.
Yeah. Yeah, because she's definitely older than
Yeah,
that. In that scene. That was so funny, though. She's just, like, sitting next to her in the classroom.
Yeah,
No lines.
So
just
cute.
super cute. Love it.
Love it.
Love it. I also love all the Bug scenes with Bug and Uncle Buck. So funny. He's always freaking Bug out. He's like, hey. Or Bug's like, you ever heard of what's the car? Something about the car.
Mm-hmm.
And Uncle Buck's like, you ever heard of a ritual killing? And then he gets the hatchet and the...
So there's this whole interchange about how he's going to, like, circumcise him with a hatchet or something?
No.
Chop off his legs?
He's been known... He keeps his hatchet so sharp, he's been known to circumcise a gnat with it.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, wait a minute, gnat? Bug? Is there a certain similarity there?
And then he wants to, like, show it to him. So he's like, come here, I have it in the trunk of my car, I'll show you. And so he's like, he takes out the car and he like wiggles it like in the air. He's like, hey, come on, take a look at it. And then he goes, maybe later.
Okay.
Bye.
So good. But he's always messing with them, which is great at the end when he finally, so the big scene at the end, Buck tracks Tia to this crazy weird party. It's not, that one's not in the woods. It's at a big house.
Yeah, it's a house party. Like, I don't know, parents are gone, so it's like every kid in
There's
fucking
cars all
high
over
school.
the place.
Every person has on like a weird hat. And we were watching this, I'm like, wow, 1989 was really hat heavy.
Just like the
on.
60s.
Berets, those weird like, I don't know, I keep thinking of them as like Benny and June hats. You know that movie Benny and June and like Benny, which I think is Johnny Depp, right? Wears like that weird hat. It's not like a pork pie hat, but it's like a Debbie Gibson hat is what I called it.
I think that is the proper name, actually.
Yeah, it was fucking weird, hat heavy. And and we were like, what style is that? What was the style from 1989? Was it grunge?
I think it was grunge.
And those weird glasses, like the John Lennon glasses.
I'd call it like a Judy Funny, like beatnik style. Berets, those round John Lennon sunglasses, black clothes.
Like chunky sweaters, boots. See, I feel like Doc Marten boots, so it was
those like Mexican sweatshirts.
With the hoods? Yes. Oh my god, there was the worst material ever. It was like wearing like a burlap sack.
It's those Mexican blanket material, but they made a sweatshirt on them.
I'm really glad we didn't have to deal with that.
Nope. Nope.
Sick.
We stuck with Hannah Anderson, and that was it.
Well, we're also like tiny children.
And our mother made our clothes. Thank you, Carol.
Yeah, thanks,
You're the
Carol.
best. But that scene at the end, so he thinks that Tia is with Bug in the room, and meanwhile the camera keeps flashing to Bug and a girl. We think it's Tia with curly dark hair, and he's like trying to get in her pants, and she's like, no. It's like, it's really
holding her down. It's really awful.
It's very unsettling. Uncle Buck saves the day by drilling into the door and kicks it open, and then surprise, it's not Tia.
Right.
So the idea essentially is that earlier in the night he tried to do this with Tia, and she was like, fuck you, and got out of there. So she did not, it wasn't her at the end. So good thing with that, although I hope that girl that was getting
hope she got out of there.
I hope she got out. But Buck decides a good idea is to wrap Bug up in duct tape and stick him in the trunk. I was a little nervous about that. And gagged him
I'm
and put the gag.
freaked out about that. I think I would pass out because having to just breathe through your nose is
what if
hard.
What if he died?
That would have been
seemed
good.
a little
but
dangerous.
It's a comedy. I mean, I think it's just
sure
that would be too dark. But yeah, excellent film. I have a couple trivia facts for you. Well, the first one's a guessing game.
I think I read one by accident.
Oh,
I just saw it. I said, why? I said, why did she write that down?
Okay, these 5 actors were also, let's see, maybe tried out or like for this role. Who were they?
I have to guess all 5?
You gotta try.
All right. Well, Bill Murray. That's the one I saw.
Yep.
I was like, why did she write Bill Murray? Dan Aykroyd?
Nope.
No. John Goodman.
Yep.
Wow. Go me. Trying to think of like bigger, weird guys. Steve Martin?
No.
Too old. No, not really. I guess not at the time. Martin Short? No.
Think of another like fat actor.
That's what. But Bill Murray's not fat. So that's why it's like
The
it was throwing me. Now I thought they were just picking
and one
like
of
funny
these
people.
Is, like, way out in left field. Why
okay.
did they want him?
What's his name? Tommy Boy.
No, he wasn't old enough.
Right. Phil Hartman?
No. I'm just gonna tell you.
Yeah, this is too hard.
James Belushi.
James. Wait.
Jim Belushi.
Oh. It's like, who is that?
Dudley Moore.
Huh.
Weird. And Danny DeVito.
Too short.
Yeah. But, I mean, I could see it. I mean, I think John Goodman was the real one in the running. And then they had a fact about how John Goodman played Fred Flintstone in the Flintstones. And John Candy really wanted to play that because the Flintstones was his favorite cartoon, but he died before they made it. I know, so
wait, who was Barney in that? Why am I envisioning
Rick Moranis.
Oh, yeah. It's like, wait a minute. For some reason, I was envisioning John Candy
Rosie
as
O'Donnell,
Barney.
Betty.
Yep.
Elizabeth Perkins.
Mm-hmm. Weird. I never saw that.
Yeah. Also, I read one thing about how one night at filming, John Candy went out like drinking in Chicago, I don't know, to get like a feel for the role or something. And then John Hughes found out about it and got like pissed and wouldn't let him shoot the next day. He was like drinking at night.
You can't drink at night and then shoot the next day?
Yeah.
I thought actors always did that.
Some rules or something about it. So,
sad.
Yeah. But, I mean, I don't know if he had like a drinking problem, John Candy, but he definitely had like heart issues and stuff probably related to that. Yeah. Still love you, though.
Yeah, he's the greatest.
Yeah, what's your favorite John Candy movie?
Oh,
other than this one.
Probably this one. This one, Planes, Trains, Automobiles.
Trains! Oh my god. I think that is even a little bit more than this one.
Really?
I love Trains, Planes. It's so good.
It's so good. Another John Hughes.
What?
Movie, right? Yeah, I think so.
Awesome.
Also Chicago? Yeah. I also enjoy his cameo in Home Alone as the Murray. He's the guy that...
Okay, I read that in trivia and I was like, wait, what? Oh my god, that's the best part of that movie.
The polka band.
Yes. Polka. You ever heard of the songs? Polka, polka.
I can't wait.
He was good in everything.
Coming soon to
The
you.
Great Outdoors. Did you ever see that one? Dan Aykroyd. It's a pretty good one.
That was Rick Moranis. Oh, no, I guess not. Whatever. But, yeah, so more to cover later, I guess.
Yeah, we've got a lot of John Candies to hit up.
Anything else we're missing? I feel like we're missing something large and in charge.
Can you talk about any more of the really special scenes?
They're
just all so random.
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint.
Yeah.
Clown, moly mole. Just check my notes real quick. Fave part, giant pancake, covered that. Getting your mouse, covered that. Questions on bowling, we covered that. He's cooking our garbage. That's another good one.
Confusing though.
I don't think he was really. I always thought he was, for some reason, really cooking their garbage. He wasn't. I think it just smelled. And Macaulay Culkin thinks it's so weird that he puts onions in the eggs.
I put onions in my eggs.
Maybe they don't do that in Indianapolis or whatever. But
yeah, I'm sure their parents just made them like oatmeal every day. Snooze.
Who knows? But yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a great movie. See it again if you haven't watched it in a while.
Yeah. It's definitely one to just rent on a cozy Saturday when you're eating your corn pops in bed. I don't know what you do on a Saturday. That's not what I do, but
I do.
Maybe you do that.
Oh, sure.
Eat corn pops in bed?
No, not in bed, but on the couch, which is like 2 feet from my bed. But I like to put in a little effort. Jeez.
Sweet, 10 steps today to the couch.
Jeez Louise.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in. We're down to no theme months, so we're just going to be doing whatever strikes our fancy.
Wow.
So we hope it's movies that you've seen and that you love and that you will laugh at with us. So come back to us.
Just hoping. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.